Actually, my grandkids made this sign. I'm here on their behalf. They couldn't be here today, so I'm here on their behalf, and I'm holding the sign that they made.
Great. And what are your thoughts on people coming to the march here? And you're seeing some people actually come out.
I'm really proud of the young people who have instigated all this, and I think it will be a defining moment for their generation.
And what do you think needs to be done? I mean, what would you like to see come out of this effort?
I'd like to see some policy change at the local level, the state level, the national level. I have been a gun owner my entire life. I was born and raised on a ranch in Texas. I believe in the right to keep and bear arms. I don't believe in the unlimited right to own all weapons, to own all kinds of weapons.
You never know what's going to happen in your community. Since the shooting, the school shooting here that happened a while back, it's brought out a lot of activity and attention to what could happen to us locally. And I underscore that because I only lived 2 blocks from where the bomber lived. And so you never know how close you are to something very tragic. And certainly the last thing we want is to have our students in danger with an incident as happened in Florida. So I applaud you all for being...
Instead of worrying about if you're going to get gunned down in a school, we should be worrying about SAT scores or your
Yeah,
passing a test or doing good academically instead of worrying. Do we have enough security? Is there enough officers around? Or is that door going to protect me if some shooter just comes around? And right now, I think the problem is that there's just too many guns, and we don't need to add more guns to counteract the guns that we already have. And security and our safety shouldn't be on us. I shouldn't be worrying if I'm gonna get the bulletproof vest or the bulletproof backpack. And it should be up to the government who's in charge of us to protect us, and it shouldn't be up to our teachers to... Like, our teachers aren't even paid enough as it is right now, and they and they shouldn't be paid to risk their lives in a profession where they might get killed because they're protecting our students. And it shouldn't be up to them. It should be up to the people in charge who are supposed to protect us. All
right.
Thanks for letting me speak today. This is such an important issue, and
You're awesome, Jack. We're with you, girl.
Thanks for letting me speak. Thank you, parents.
So us assembled here today are incredibly brave. Because when we spew altruism and concern for basic safety obligations, we do it in the face of the hesitant and the pessimistic. We all took a risk coming out here. We risk our positive public perception. We risk disappointment because maybe we won't see the results as quickly as we hoped. And apparently we risk being called skinhead lesbians by the 57th District of Maine. Because when we march for our lives, our effort to defend children from being under fire, ironically, is our effort to put us under fire from our peers and politicians instead.
Yeah.
It's discouraging. When 1 million get to march on to Washington, D.C., and 800 sister marchers all built a crusade with the purest of intentions. But at the heart of it, the desire for basic sense of safety means little, because we have to leave it up to the age-old to determine if guns have more value than the lives of school children. Parkland was not the first, nor was it the last. Our casualties are beginning to look like the winning numbers on a raffle ticket, and the reward is scrutiny. Yeah. It's been dark. But we can stand with signs in our hands, with prayers at our back, and a smile on all of our faces. Because let's recognize that with all things considered, we can stand in solidarity, as there is one thing that bonds each and every one of us together, one and the same. The question we had to ask ourselves when we walked out here: in an ideal world, do our minor revolutions finally begin to shake up Capitol Hill to care again? Or in an ideal world, do we even have to be here at all?
To see the students across the United States and here in Pflugerville owning this issue and not being willing to be told by the adults that it's not their job to demand action. It is their job.
That's right.
Democracy is not a spectator sport.
That's right.
And unfortunately, here in Texas, it is treated that way. We're one of the lowest voter participation states in the country. I think
No more.
47. 49.
No more.
And you get what you don't vote for.
Yeah.
That's what we have.
That's right.
And choosing not to vote is voting for the status quo.
One more! Not 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 one more!